happiness?
I'd say that happiness is
Living life.
Sex with my girlfriend now.
Can I give the same answer as my boyfriend?
Happiness has a lot to do with desire.
I guess getting things that you want.
Desire for a glass of water or a cup of coffee.
Just like having little conversations with people and having people to interact with and talk to.
Being with friends, playing tennis.
Help out a person out of a jam.
Friends, I just enjoying friendships and
Those are all desires.
I'd say that I don't really believe in happiness as society sort of exclaims it to be. I don't think that the idea of owning like a lot of things is happiness, or that happiness is really something that you just achieve and like you work and you finally get happiness. I'd say happiness is more of the state of being fulfilled, where you're okay with your place in life and who you are, and you don't have a lot of internal drama.
Well, being happy is like accepting all of the imperfections in your life and accepting all of the things that prevent you from being happy.
Really just enjoying the things that you have and the people in your life.
Happiness to me is being okay with who you are as a person and loving yourself and being content with what you have and not always wanting more and always like needing the next big thing. Like just being thankful for what you have and stuff, yeah.
Okay, happiness in my own words is definitely the feeling that I got when my little brother was born, because we didn't think that he was going to make it. And so just having, seeing him and touching him and being able to see that he was okay was just utter happiness.
Happiness probably means knowing that if a major problem comes your way, you have the ability to resolve it, that it's not hopeless.
what prevents me from happy? The brain, thoughts, thinks, and what I do to battle it, thoughts and things.
I'd say I'm a big thing that prevents me from achieving happiness. I definitely feel like I tend to get in my own way of being happy, whether it is looking at like the worst parts of my life and focusing on them, which is something you can't do if you really want to be happy. And I'd say ways to just get over the obstacles in your path to being happy are to kind of accept that to an extent life is the way it is and you can't sweat every small thing. Like some people are going to be rude. You can't think about how other people act because you're not going to be able to change how other people act. It's just a matter of not including people who act negatively in your life and not letting their negative influence seep into how you feel about things.
I'm kind of definitely my own worst enemy in most things. I tend to be a bit of a workaholic, which makes me unhappy because I tend to get really stressed because I have a lot of work to do, so that makes me pretty unhappy.
They're two just conflicting things in my brain. You got the left side and then you got the right side. The right side's not always right, even though it technically is. But it's there's just battle of the brains, battle of the instant brains.
There's always been undying hunger to make art, and a great sense of constant dissatisfaction. And I think it's the constant dissatisfaction that pushes one forward to make great art and never to stay satisfied with one accomplishment.
I definitely feel like art feeds our soul. It kind of it does it helps us fulfill our wants and our needs.
I really feel happy when I watch a super awesome movie. It seriously, that really makes me understand happiness because, with really good stories, the characters usually get what they want, and they're happy, and it makes me happy,
How does art make me happy?
Yeah.
Because it's what I like to do. It's what I love to do. And I like doing it. There are
Well-
times I don't, but I don't do it.
I consider everything art. I think the sunrise in the morning is art. I think the way that my sheets fall when I get out of bed in the morning is art. I think the way that my little sister's hair falls in front of her face is art. I believe if I can capture it in a picture, that's cool, but in that moment, just appreciating it and the beauty and just, I'll never see this moment again. I appreciate everything as if it was art.
It could be desire to create something valuable for humanity or create something valuable for a single person.
And I value open-mindedness a lot and just willing to try different things and be open to different personalities and people around you. And I really want to put that in films that I make in the future, just different types of people that aren't really represented too much, and try to what is it? It's sort of like exposure therapy, I guess. So the more that people see different types of things, and they become more open-minded to them.
I just love being able to design my own sets and just be able to create a world that the characters live in. And I think that's just really fulfilling in general, just to take whatever is written on the script and just create everything that the character sees and touches and feels, and it's just an amazing feeling to be able to make that. Yeah.
There's nothing more fulfilling for me than finishing a screenplay or having a really good shoot or performing really well and knowing all of my lines down when I'm acting in something, or just not necessarily the idea of everything going right, but the fact that I did it, and I did it in the manner that was effective and that to an extent that I intended to. Happy accidents are a thing, and that's a great feeling, but when everything gets executed in a way that's effective and good is just when I feel my most happiest about my art.
Through my art anyway, I really express myself in ways that I don't express myself, I guess, not physically, but outwardly. That's the word, outwardly.
I started making films.
Through the arts, you can definitely show more of yourself without, I guess, having the worries of, I can't think of the word, of being judged too harshly.
I'm going to use an example. I know a lot of people in the past have really disliked Eminem, the rapper, right? And, I guess artists like that have a hard time, expressing themselves and what they've been through in their lives, and his music can be really violent. But it's a way for him to get those feelings out, And instead of him going through the streets actually killing women, he's just singing about it or rapping about it. And I think that's definitely a very healthy outlet. And he's making money.
Well, I am a musician, and I like music because it tells a story and it evokes a lot of emotion inside of you.
What I really love about film in general, and why I got into film and why it makes me so fulfilled and so happy, is because you can take your personal experiences that you've had and you get to share it with the world, and hopefully that it will touch someone enough to so they don't make the same mistakes that you have, or if they have gone through the same thing, they can be wow, I'm not alone. And so I just knowing that in general just makes me really happy that I can create something that can affect someone's emotions in a certain way, and just being able to connect with another human being on that level is it's really cool. And I think that's definitely probably one of the coolest things, and one of the things that makes me most joyous about film.
No, there is no ultimate end to achieving happiness. I personally don't believe it. I don't think that means that happiness doesn't exist. I'm not trying to say I'm an existentialist and that no, there's no happiness, there's nothing, But I think happiness is more of a state that you go into, like kind of like a zen kind of state where you are, and that happiness is just being well. And so there's no really ultimate state of happiness to achieve. It's not like a level, like a video game. You can't get like leveled, and game over. You've achieved happiness. Like there's never going to be any more problems again. That's not how it works. You have to constantly be checking yourself and making sure that you're being the best person you can be, and that is what makes you happy, when you are being the best person you can be. It's like Maslow's hierarchy. When you get to the self-actualization, which is something that not a lot of people do all the time, that's when you're truly at your happiest, when you are self-actualized.
I don't know if there's ever an official long-lasting happiness. I think you need to, you can always be happy, but you gotta work at it. You can't just be like, okay, I'm happy, and then, like, that's the end of it. Like, you have to keep, like, working and, like, taking care of yourself and those around you to, like, maintain your happiness. I hope when I'm old and brittle and grumpy and can yell at children that I can maintain my happiness.
I think happiness is a choice. I think you can choose to be happy and you can choose to be sad. There are times when you kind of have to be sad and you have to let your emotions out. But don't let those emotions take over your person.
See what's in your eyes and I know what's in your heart. I have to go now, the cops are on the way, and I haven't got a license, but I've got a lot to say. Don't give up on your dreams, boy. Don't give up on your dreams now, buddy. Don't give up on your dreams, boy. Don't give up on your dreams now, buddy.
This is stupid.
My documentary?
What?
My documentary?
No.
Yeah, whatever.
You're stupid. And your haircut's stupid too.
Don't make me feel stupid about doing what I love. Okay.